Hi guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. This is the daily forecast for all signs. It is originally created for Thursday, the 29th of September, but it's not solely set for that date. If you're seeing it on a different date and it fits within your life or situation, by all means use it. For those of you that are new, please check out the drop-down menu underneath any of my daily videos. In there, some housekeeping rules, things I want you to think about when utilizing my channel, what decks I'm using, what else, and how to contact me on social media for a private reading, and also how to support the channel. Easy ways to support the channel. Please hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, share the video out, or leave me a question or comment. I greatly appreciate all of that. So let's get into these cards and see. I will be referring back to the Sunday underpinning energy. That's the reading that populates in the lower left-hand corner at the end of this video. If you want to check that out so that you can make better sense of what I'm talking about, by all means do so. And let's see what's going on with these cards today. Feels like an exciting week, guys. Not exactly sure what's going on. So our card for the... he's back. Aries energy, the Emperor. We saw him on Monday. It's this authoritarian. It's not a bad authoritarian. It's like being in authority, being in charge, understanding what we want, taking action and motion towards getting it, employing to the best of our ability and know-how, the thoughts, actions, decisions of ourselves and those around us to work for us, right? I always say this with the Emperor. There's no shortcuts with him, right? He's, what's the word? Like, he has a very high standard. He's loving and kind, but he's not to be messed with, right? We're not to be messed with. We're not to be let down. We're to be holding true to our boundaries, our goals, our ideals, our desires, and then, pursuing them at such a level that we have to maybe rise to the occasion, or others may have to rise to the occasion to meet us at where we sit, right? This specific Emperor card, I say this in every reading, I like that he's facing to the future. He's got his eyes trained on the prize. He knows what he wants. He has clarity and the, sort of authority or decision-making skills to make that happen. We should feel empowered. And after yesterday's reading, it's all about empowerment this week. It's about shifting our perception of who we are and what we deserve, our true nature this week, into this place of, I don't know if adoration is the right word, but it's like of honoring ourselves, of believing in ourselves, of setting our goals high and then attaining them by meeting them, stretching ourselves beyond maybe what we thought was, previously possible, and doing so in a way that feels productive, empowered, capable, all of those like words, or those, those good things, those what's the word I want to say? Like dwelling on our achievements and how to go about making them happen, right? Living in them and dwelling in them and really owning them from a very real and visceral place. Now, underpinning this is the Eight of Wands, which is also about that fiery forward spiritual movement, and the Emperor is associated with fire and the spirit through the sign of Aries. He's about taking action, quick thinking, quick decisions, but the right decisions, right? He is sort of all the best aspects of all of the kings. The other thing I'll say too is in yesterday's clarifiers, it just dawned on me, in yesterday's clarifiers was the Empress. So we're having these couplings of the cards, which is really kind of interesting, because we've seen both the King and Queen of Pentacles this week, and now the Emperor and the Empress. It's like this balancing of masculine and feminine ability to make things happen for ourselves, right? Using different aspects of who we are and what we know to move ourselves forward in really profound, productive, and I don't know if possible is the right word. Like, I want to say, there's success here to be had, and we know it. We expect it. We automatically assume it. even if it requires us or those around us to kind of strive a little bit harder, but we're going to get there. We're richly rewarded when we live up to sort of the dream, the vision, the possibility. Does that make sense? And so I feel that with the Emperor too, is that again, and he's not only is he Aries energy, but that 8 of Wands is about taking positive forward movement and making it happen. Does that make sense? So there should be action being created, movement in a positive, sort of desirous way that is moving us towards this goal, something that we're passionate about, something that we want, deserve. I'm going to go so far as to say, because it is the Emperor, we are entitled to it. It's ours. And like sort of, I get this feeling like nothing stands in our way, especially with the cards that we've been seeing this week. We really need to be owning that and like taking it, so to speak, almost like with a King of Wands kind of energy. But the Emperor is more like the King of Wands' older brother. Does that make sense? So keeping our eye on the prize, the goal, the dream, the desire, and not settling for anything less is really his message. And if anybody's trying to give us less, then, you know, I'm sorry, it's not going to kind of work today. It's not, that doesn't get past the Emperor, so to speak. So let's go to the Shamanic Medicine Oracle cards and see what's going on there. And we have Rattle, Disperse. It's almost like the Emperor, you know how he carries a staff? He's got this staff in his hand. This is his rattle. He's shaking it out there. He's sending out the emanations or the vibrations, which we saw that with the 2 Shamanic Medicine cards this week with the drum. This rattle to me, disperse, is like dispersing out the correct and right energies, vibrations, beliefs, ideas, desires, feelings, that is going to disperse out and maybe clear the way to make this happen, is the feeling that I'm getting, right? I love that his red dress here, similar to the red dress that we saw in the King of Pentacles, is also the red of this rattle, which to me looks like the sweetness of a lollipop. So whatever it is we're dispersing out into the world, or whatever it is we're putting our attention on, the intention of the Emperor, we're doing so at such a high vibrational level. It feels like we are dispersing it out for success. We're putting that message out to the universe. It's almost like the mantra should be, I am the Emperor. I know what I deserve. Give it to me now. And then allow that to return back to you. Let me read Rattle to you. Rattle appears to scatter the illusions of your conscious mind. As you shake this sacred shamanic instrument, its high tones resonate in your head and the upper parts of your body. And it's interesting, he has this light around his head up here. To the shaman, rattle... Oh, wait, sorry. Its high tones resonate in your head and the upper parts of your body, clearing your mind and planting seeds of purity. To the shaman, rattle embodies the sacred forces of the cosmos through its sounds, masculine and feminine structure, and the seeds within and its connection to trance. You have spread yourself too thin, and rattle asks you to shake things up. If you have a destiny to fulfill, you have a destiny to fulfill, to sustain the order of existence. As you step up to the challenge, that's the Emperor kind of asking us to do so. Work with rattle to invoke the medicine of your power animals and assistance from the spirit world. Create sacred space and direct energy and prayers with intention as you work with rattle to spread healing to the world. Rattle will help you disperse any lower energies that are preventing you from walking your chosen path. Tune into the healing, high-frequency pitch of rattle to connect to this instrument's shamanic power. What did I say about high vibration? Guys, this is high frequency, like what we're putting out there is sending out the message. Rattle revealed. Made of ceramic, wood, or stone, rattles connect us to the spirit world. In Africa, they are used to call the spirits. In Mexico and the Caribbean, they are used for divination. In North America, rattles are used for prayer, ceremony, and journeying. In ancient Egypt, they were used during funeral rituals. Rattles have been found in many archaeological digs. The oldest, found in Turkey, dates back 4,200 years. Other divinatory meanings. Don't allow your emotions to run the show. Past hurts are affecting the way you come across to others. Don't settle for second best. Do not mistake kindness for weakness. You are easily influenced. Shake off lower energies. Rattle and roll towards your destiny. Rattle speaks, give me a shake to clear the way. Send the lower vibes away. Journey into higher pitch sound. Feel spirit move all around. So the expectation is high today, guys, and we're not settling for anything less, and we're not letting anything stand in our way, especially if it's of a lower vibration or not honoring us for who we are and the true nature that exists within us, right? Let's go to the clarifiers and see what they have to say. First one, boom, 9 of Cups. The wishes come true card. Look at how smug and happy he is, right? All of his cups are lined up. Cups are about the emotions. What we feel is what we vibrate at, right? And when we vibrate at the sort of the energy of the Emperor, or the belief of the Emperor, the high standard of the Emperor, and then the 9 of Cups is buffeting it or underpinning it with that idea of we're at Thursday's reading, so we're kind of shifting not only between the 8 of Wands, but also that Queen of Pentacles. She's going to be Cups and Earth, but she's also a queen. She's the female master manifester in the Pentacles suit, right? She's the sort of divine feminine. The Emperor here is kind of coupled with her or working with her and the 8 of Wands to kind of come together and to feel right, to feel in alignment. This is the 9 of Cups. This is the energy that we're putting out with Rattle that sort of disperses the lower vibrational energies that stand in our way of our goal. And so the 9 of Cups says, rely on how you feel emotionally and feel sound. Nines are about nines are about completion cycles for ourselves before we go into the 10, which is the completion cycle of everything. So the 9 of Cups is feeling complete and whole in who we are and what we know to be true for ourselves emotionally, and then acting from that place with authority and precision, with expectation of the highest order. And I think that that needs to, be made clear today. So this next speak of the devil, the King of Wands, he is, I see it, I take it, it's mine, right? He is that fiery energy of, oftentimes associated, I think, with the sign of Leo, but any of the fire signs. But he is, again, another authoritative figure, right? And he is coupled quite nicely with the Emperor. The Emperor, to me, because he's Aries energy, is the older brother, in a way, to the King of Wands. It almost looks like the two of them are holding counsel and having a discussion. Okay, how do you want it, Bob? I don't know, Jim, but you know what? This is the decision we need to make, and we need to take action now. And you know what? The action feels right with the 9 of Cups here. It doesn't matter what others say today. It doesn't matter what others think today. It's about what we desire, what we want. This double fire influence of these two authoritarian, masculine energies kind of coming in and saying, we're going after this. This is ours. And we're going to rattle our way towards it, and we're not going to let anything stop us. And we feel it at such a profound sort of internal level that feels complete and whole. And look at how, even though his arms are crossed, sometimes he can look like he's crossed in a space of closure or resistance. To me, this is like a no, you're not changing this for me. This is like my path, my choice. And I'm okay with it. I'm strong in in where I'm at. And all three are seated, which is interesting to me too, because it means that they're sort of grounded in what they know to be true for themselves, the actions that they're going to take, and what they're going to do to pursue whatever it is that they need or desire. And the last clarifier, bam! What did we see yesterday? Transmigration, the death card. Now, death is Scorpio energy. Not mad at that, because we have the 9 of Cups here. So there is a little bit of water, but there's also a little bit of fire. And oftentimes water and fire cannot necessarily, they can be in conflict, but I don't feel like this is conflict. To me, I feel like this is, we have one major arcana fire, one major arcana water. We also have the King and then the 9. Both are powerful cards for what they represent, in the sense of the King representing that sort of masculine version of fire energy, and the 9 of Cups, that is that sort of emotional well-being and steadiness. There's still this transformation, or that transmigration that we saw in yesterday's shamanic medicine card. This is still about allowing that death to take place, allowing that transformation in who we are, what we know to be true, what we expect, not only from ourselves, but from others in of situations that should be of the highest order. I love that death is also on that white horse of purity heading into the future. Do you see the sun in the far edge of his card? There's a new day that's dawning. There's a new a new story to be told, a new chapter to unfold, or to write even, right? It's almost like that sun that's in the death card is the goal that the Emperor's eye is trained upon. But we might have to go through that transformation, or somebody else might have to go through the transformation around us as they deal with this. I almost feel like we're stepping up into, like there could be people around us that don't expect us to want to be empowered, even though they may love us, or they say that they love us, or whatever. You know, they might have to, those relationships or situations may have to transform or fall away or die so that we can move forward to the next chapter. Does that make sense? And so it's not a bad thing. It's actually an opportunity here. And, you know, it's funny too, because death, I always say this about Scorpio, the energy of Scorpio is the one water sign that will work its ass off to try and convince you it's a fire sign, even though it's not. So when I think of the Emperor and the King of Wands in here, they also, it's like a trial by fire, you know, like burn it all down to the ground and then let's see what we're left with. We will be fine, is my feeling with the Nine of Cups there. We are fine. There should be nothing impeding us or standing in our way. We're almost like, to me, it feels like we're embracing the transformation that death brings. And from there, we're moving forward, right? So, here is the grounding stone for the day. This is remember. It's on obsidian, which wards off negativity. It's extremely grounding stone. I think that this word remember brings us back to the grounding stone of the week, which is our nature, right? And our connection to nature, the environment around us, and who we truly are and what we truly deserve. And I think that there's something going on in these cards that's waking us up to that. And we need this grounding stone is asking us to remember who we are, what we deserve, what we're capable of, what skill set we have. That's all in the medicine bag, right? That's that card that we've been seeing repeatedly throughout this month, is the memories, the experiences, the dreams, the desires, the failures. All of it is part of our medicine bag. Small mementos from each experience compiled together in the medicine bag protect us and secure us to move forward towards healing. Death is that sort of healing too. Death oftentimes comes from sickness, right? It's the end to the physical corporal body, but it's not necessarily the end to the spirit or the soul. And so to me, it's kind of like this death card is almost like a cleansing or a purification. And it could be seen as the door opening to remembering who we are, what we deserve, and, you know, how we're going to go about getting it. And I don't feel like we're stopping at anything for it. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense, you guys. It's like, it feels like to me, these cards are saying, own it, own it, own it. Even in death, like you can't not own it. Like death is an inevitability. It affects all of us in that way. Does that make sense? Like the actual act of death, we cannot avoid it. So it's about owning it, facing it head on, going after it without any abandon, or any fear, or any doubt. You don't need to doubt. Remember who you are. Remember your true nature. Remember what you deserve. Remember everything that you've been through, and own all of it from a place of healing. And, you know, all of it ultimately, like the medicine bag card for this week, is all of it is a treasure ultimately. So use it as such to move yourself forward into this next chapter. I hope that makes sense. If it does, please give me a thumbs up. Share this video out. Leave me a question or comment. I look forward to seeing what the next reading brings, and then we'll be shifting over decks soon. Have a wonderful day. Thank you all that tune in, and really embrace who you are. Take care. Bye-bye.